Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is a story time. Who got kicked out of Universal Studios Horror Nights? Obviously, Horror Nights is around Halloween time. It's for the month of October, and I have a little different background. I thought, why not keep it festive and have some Halloween stuff in the back? So if you guys are really curious to see who got kicked out, grab your popcorn and just keep on watching. This happened about 3 years ago now. It was right around the time Renee and I started dating, so it is crazy to think, wow, 3 years have already gone by. I look back and I'm like, okay, I really went on a trip with a guy who I barely even knew that much about, who barely even knew about me, but whatever. Our friends went too, so obviously it was better. My really good friend Eric went, who is now, our really good friend. I've known Eric for years. Renee actually met Eric through Gio, which is his best friend. And then our good friend Chrissy also came. I've known Chrissy for years, just probably as long as I've known Eric. So it made me feel better, okay, he's obviously not gonna do nothing to me. If you've never been to Universal Studios, 100%, I highly recommend to go. It's so fun during the day. If you've never been to Horror Nights, I definitely recommend to go. I believe it was my first time going to Horror Nights. I don't really like to be scared like that, so I was like, okay, this guy's gonna laugh at me because I'm gonna be terrified. If you're someone who gets really scared, traumatized, I don't recommend going. There's this girl there that got really freaking scared. She was on the floor crying. Her boyfriend was tripping out on the people who come and scare you. And I was just like, okay, you guys need to go. It's not that serious. That's annoying. How it works is, I believe Horror Night starts probably around 6 o'clock or something, after 5 or 6. That's when the daytime ends and then you go. You kind of want to go early because there's gonna be so many people in line, for one, and the lines for the rides and the haunted houses are long. Unless you're paying about $300 to do the fast pass, which some people do, then yeah, that's great. But if not, the tickets range, I think, from $89 to $120, maybe a little bit more. You're there from probably, like I said, 5 or 6 maybe, and I think it closes at 3 in the morning, or 2 or 3 in the morning. So you have more than enough time. It's just the annoying part is just waiting in the lines. But once you're through, it's super fun. I know they keep a few rides open. I don't remember if they kept all of them open. But the main attraction is obviously the haunted houses and stuff. That's the whole point of it. I feel like those are the things you want to go to, and there's a lot of them, tons of them. I mean, they have an upper area and a lower area. They're everywhere. There's people scaring you. You're literally walking out of the bathroom and there's people freaking scaring you. I can find some of the videos. I'd love to put them in here, show you guys how freaking scared I was. And they know, let me tell you guys, they know when you're scared. If you look scared, they're coming after you. The main reason why I wanted to go was because around that time, it was when Stranger Things came out, I believe, and they had an attraction there. They were gonna have a haunted house there, and that was their theme was Stranger Things, which I was so excited. Me and Renee had matching shirts. I was so ready for it. We kind of decided, okay, so let's go where we think is gonna be really busy, and we knew it was gonna be the Stranger Things haunted house. We knew people were gonna go straight over there because that was something that wasn't there before. We did have a few drinks before we went, so we were pumped and ready to go. We were buzzed. It was fun. It was it was a good time. One of the big things I want to point out, because I think it's so funny to just laugh at and think about, is when you go there, there's people obviously dressed up. Okay, they can't touch you. Okay, they cannot touch you in any way. You can't touch them. There are so many signs around Universal Studios, even before you go in, that says, do not touch the props and do not touch the workers. Because if you do, you will get thrown out. This is right as we're going in, okay? We didn't go on anything else. This is the first attraction that we're going to, the haunted house. All I really remember is we were walking through, they're coming out of different spots. So you're scared. You're oh shoot. All I remember is turning and I see Eric standing on a Stranger Things desk. And this dude starts twerking, okay? Twerking on the Stranger Things desk. He's standing on it, he's dancing, he's twerking, whatever. We're cracking up laughing, not even thinking at the fact, okay, we could get kicked out, okay? All I remember seeing is somebody grab him, or somebody yell something to him, and they're get out. And I think he tries to like walk away. So he had to leave. And we were just like, oh my God, did this really just happen? And I'm looking at Chrissy like, see, you're sitting there hyping him up, getting him all excited. You know, we went through the entire haunted house. We get out, we don't know where Eric is. We're looking for him. All of a sudden we look down and we see workers talking with him. And Gio decides, okay, like I'm gonna go over there and see what's going on. Like I'm gonna go over there and see what happened. So we're like, all right, like whatever. We see Gio, he goes over there and he starts talking to them. And I'm sure he's obviously trying to stick up for Eric, you know, like, hey, like what's going on? Like this is my friend and whatever. And I don't know what happened. He must have said something to them that pissed them off, because then they tell Gio he needs to leave. He gets kicked out. We literally just see Gio and Eric and they're walking out getting kicked out. Okay, they got kicked out. That was it. That was done. They were done for the night. Me, Chrissy, and Renee were just like, well, I'm not getting kicked out. I'm not, you know, Eric, I love you, but that was my first time going and I was not about to get kicked out. You know what I mean? Like, they're obviously not going to reimburse you for your money. You're thrown out and that's it. And that's your night. I think they basically just had to like wait for us. They just told them, you know, you got to wait for your friends here and like an office, whatever. There's nothing we could do. Nothing. Me, Renee, and Chrissy are just so shocked. And we're like, well, what are we going to do? Like, we're not going to get thrown out. Like, heck no. Like, obviously, poor Chrissy had to, you know, third wheel it with us, but we still had the rest of the freaking night to enjoy. Like, they weren't upset with us at all, because it's like, what were we gonna do? But we still had a great time. Like, we weren't gonna like get, you know, the night wasn't ruined for us. It was just like, hey, like, you know, we're still here. We have to enjoy it while we can. We ended up talking about it, you know, the next day and just laughing about it. And, you know, we couldn't believe it happened. They asked us, you know, how was it, this and that. And come to find out, I think they couldn't, Gio and Eric couldn't go to Universal for like, I think like a year or two. And so they were basically banned. And it's just like, that's crazy. Like that can really happen. I feel like it's just memories. You know, you look back at things and you laugh, and we're going to always talk. We always bring this up. We always talk about it. And it's something, you know, it wasn't bad. And I didn't do nothing wrong. It's just memories that we have. While we were there in LA, we still had a good time. We drank, we went, you know, to eat at places. We did other things. And it was just a trip, you know, an unforgettable trip that we'll always sit here and talk about years and years later. Like, if you don't make these memories with your friends, like, you'll have nothing to look back on. And I feel like that's one thing that I really hold close to me, is just being around my friends and just really making memories, because, you know, you just never know what can happen. If you've ever gone to Universal or Horror Nights, comment below and tell me if you have, if you enjoyed it or not. Thanks again, you guys, for taking the time to watch my videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.